Dude, I've been requested to watch this for 3 days. I got no idea who Idubbbz' wife is at all. And I honestly kind of wish it would stay that way, but I guess let's just get informed. I know she uploaded the photo the other day and said, it's okay. You can admit you're attracted to me. So I obviously updated a meme photo as well to that. They uploaded this photo, which was, it's okay. You can be attracted to me. I won't say anything. Me looking mid as fuck, but that's okay. So somebody out there thinks I'm cool. Maybe my mom thinks I'm cool, and that's all that matters to me.
More updates to the Hassan Group situation. Anissa Jomha or...
Who is
okay,
that?
more updates to the Hassan Group situation.
Who is this? Who is that guy? I know his name is Sean, and sometimes he says retarded ass shit, but like why do I always hear about these two and I never hear about this fucking dude? Like who? Like what? Why does Ian look like a Nazi? Oh wait, he's holding the swastika sword while looking like that. That's hilarious.
Anissa Jomha, or Idubbbz' OnlyFans husband, is having a complete meltdown on Twitter. She's calling H3H3 an alt-right incel. Ethan has 3 kids and a wife, by the way. She's also left a message for the haters, which will be...
I'm also curious, what's wrong with being alt-right? Out of curiosity? Nothing? Why does everybody use alt-right as an insult? It's not left? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're not left, that's all? Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, apparently it means you're more about, like, religious values, I think. Like, I think being conservative is probably anti-trans, anti-gay. Is that true? Is that some of their values? Like bringing religion back in school or something like that? Alt-right is the equivalent of left extremist. It's the cool conservative. No, it's not. No, not really. No. Traditional values? Well, then I'm not sure. Hopefully one day I'll actually get educated on what alt-right values are, but everybody uses an insult, but I have a feeling it's like another one of those words that doesn't really mean anything, like calling somebody a Zionist.
Checking out. Hassan continues his never-ending beef with Asmongold, calling him Nazi
Why is he dressed as Squid Games?
Gold. Let's have a round of applause for that one. He used all of his brain cells to come up with that. So
Good
let's get this
job.
started with Anissa Jomha's message for the haters. Anissa tweets out, "It's okay to find me attractive and still hate me. I know it's confusing for some of you. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone." And then we have this.
Yeah, she really looks like somebody on the side of the street that you'd pay $2.37 and a stick of gum to get a blowjob from.
Picture of her. Somebody's responded with Anissa's previous tweet at Ethan saying drugs, and then we just got Idubbbz there looking very lobotomized. Okay, I don't think I'm allowed to read some of the replies here, but I'm just gonna say this comes out really desperate and attention-seeking, which is pretty much in line with what Anissa does. If you remember, a couple months ago, she was beefing with the commentary community as well, calling us people who don't know how to work a real job. The OnlyFans girl is telling...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I personally generally enjoy the commentary community. However, I do think, and just hear me out here, sometimes the commentary community does ride on a hate train a little bit too much, and they have fucked over some people's lives pretty hard. Not everybody, but I know a couple of people who have been negatively affected by the commentary community who are overall pretty guilt-free in a situation they got fucked for. But these days, the commentary community has been pretty damn good, and yeah, it's been great.
Telling us that.
Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job.
Ethan was up late memeing on Anissa.
Neither do you, bitch. You're a whore on the internet. What the fuck do you do, bro? What the hell? Like, bro, I swear to God, OnlyFans girls are so fucking lazy. They're like, okay, oh God, I'm getting, oh my God, Jesus. I know this one OnlyFans girl who would like have a panic attack because once every 3 days, she would have to do her makeup, put on some slutty clothes, and then take a photo and only make $4,000? Shut the fuck up, bro.
It's okay to find me attractive and still hate me. I know it's confusing. And then we just got
something about stones and glass house. Something about that.
This picture of Ethan. It's slowly becoming a copy pasta. Somebody replied with this, and it's just her sort of crying on her podcast. I don't know, like, what would make you make this face, honestly. Anyway, she responded again saying, "Ethan's actually starting to really creep me out at this point. Yeah, making a meme about you is somehow creepy." That's...
Oh, dude, Ethan is so hot.
That's very interesting, but obviously she's gonna play victim. Yes, I'm also very creeped out by my paralysis demon. Ethan called out Anissa on Instagram.
What the fuck?
So she's gonna play victim. Yes, I'm also...
Bro looks like an autistic third grader in this photo. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Third grade, their name would be like Chet Tuggs.
So very creeped out by my paralysis demon. Ethan called out Anissa on Instagram earlier today, probably what prompted her response on Twitter. And then he's posted a picture of the swastika sword that Idubbbz was holding, owned by...
well, technically, it's actually not a swastika sword. Even though the person holding it doesn't know that, it's actually a sword from hit anime Bleach, owned by the character Ichigo Kurosaki. You'd know that if you're a true anime fan, but you must be a Zionist for not knowing that.
By Hassan, of course. It's
because you're alt-right. You didn't know that.
so important that we stay educated and aware. It's so easy to fall down anti-Semitic pitfalls during such a scary and violent time. Don't leave your Jewish friends behind. We suffer together. Ethan responds, is this before or after you accuse your Jewish friend of hallucinating anti-Semitism? It's very ironic to post this coming from Anissa. I actually thought Asu posted that when I first read it, but oh my god. Insane coming from Anissa and Idubbbz, who started this whole thing. Is this before or after you lecture your Jewish friend on what isn't anti-Semitism? And then he just posted the group photo of them flipping her off. Anyways, after this, Anissa starts melting down. She says that Ethan is on the full alt-right incel pipeline after he accused her of collaborating with Ian on the content cop.
How are you going to call someone an incel who has a wife and has 2 kids? Do these people know what any of these words mean? They're alt-right because I disagree with them. They're an incel. Bro, incel means involuntary celibate, meaning someone who is involuntary not having sex. By having children, that means they've had sex. Guys, do words have meaning anymore in big 2025?
So Ethan says, oh yeah, I forgot my favorite. Drugs, literally F you, and you know me in real life, and that I have Tourette's, and you're still willing to take such a low blow. You're a terrible person. Talentless, perpetual failure.
True.
Be honest, the content cop was your idea. Ian didn't even know what Zionism was 3 days before posting the video.
True.
I'm not joking. I've seen the convo. So count the new content cop as another feather in your dunce cap.
True.
Wow, Ethan is going brutal here. Anissa responds, no way he's on the full alt-right incel pipeline. Bah! He thinks I'm the evil witch. It's your manic, desperate behavior that makes me think you're on drugs. You can't even finish a sentence half the time. Your tics have nothing to do with it. Post this on Twitter, pussy. Okay, so that's obviously bullshit. She was clearly making fun of Ethan's condition when she tweeted out drugs ?
Absolutely.
And that's very rich coming from someone who's supposed to be the wife of Mr. Empathy, right? Somebody who should not be shaming people for something they can't control, like a condition
Empathy.
Like that, which would,
at the right age
in
of
their opinion, come
45,
off
he
as
developed
very
it.
ableist. Also, these insults are so bad. It's like the default insult from these kind of people, alt-right incel. Like, why are you calling Ethan an alt-right? He's not neither on the right. He's clearly on a lefty, and he's neither an incel. He has a wife and 3 kids. Like, these are just not even good insults. Maybe actually use something pertinent to Ethan at least. Then she responds again saying, Ian was too nice in his content cop. Trust me, if I was pulling the strings, it would have looked a lot different. No mercy for creepy, misogynistic losers who can't handle criticism.
If you shit talk a woman, you're misogynistic. Or what if you're just retarded? Crazy thought, right?
Whoa, watch out, guys. We're getting all the buzzwords here. We got creepy and misogynistic as well. Wow. Also, I love how
we're filling up the whole Pokédex full of dumb feminist words they sling around.
Anissa always flip-flops on this, right? Basically, she says that she's the one who is more extreme than Idubbbz and sort of pushes him to do everything. Even back when Idubbbz was making the content cops on Tana and stuff like that, she said that she was the one who made him do all that stuff. She was the overly edgy one. She made him go visit Tana and say the N-word and all of that. I imagine she's pulling the strings right now as well. That's what everybody's...
Legendary clip, by the way. I remember when that one chick was like, Idubbbz held me so tight. I feared for my life. I couldn't escape. Man, that clip was legendary, dude.
Theorizing that Ian has just been hijacked by this soul-sucking OF girl here. Then she continues, I just realized her name is Anissa the Gracie. Okay. I love my husband. Oh, yes. I also love my husband so much that I have to tweet it out on Twitter. The best thing about him is his constant want to create a fair and balanced world. So I appreciate fair and balanced. You can't make this shit up. Oh my god. That content cop was the thing like furthest from fair and balanced. So I appreciate why he did what he did. It's just a lot less that way, and I don't have that much room for understanding when someone's clearly doing so much damage. Alt-right pipeline, Lamau. They're stuck in 2016. A fair and balanced world.
I think I misplayed, dude. I think I should have said that I'll sign up for Creator Clash, and then the day before say I can't do it. I think that would have been the best play. Fuck, I misplayed, bro. Fuck, I stick to my ideals too much, man. I could have done a much better play. Fuck.
World is one where you crash and burn your own charity event. I think more incels watch Anissa's OnlyFans than there is watching the A3 podcast. Actually true. Obviously, OnlyFans would attract...
Who the fuck would pay for that trash, bro? It's like what? It's like paying $20 to watch a raccoon eat garbage. Who's paying to see that shit? Well, actually, no, that actually sounds kind of fun.
That market. I love my husband so much that I still do OnlyFans, which is the main reason he gets called a buck. True. Nothing says incel like having a wife and kids.
I know, right?
Anissa may soon compete on Boogie's level for greatest internet idiot. Okay. Let's not forget about Hassan, guys. Come on. This is crazy. Now, somebody said Noah Samson
Whoa. What about Hassan? I'm glad we're bringing things back to reality here.
looks like Anissa with a mustache disguise. Change my mind. And there is a bit of a striking resemblance.
Bro, if you want to see a striking resemblance, Hassan looks like the master of disguise. Dude, look, I'll pull it up. If you put these images side by side, I'm telling you, Hassan is the master of disguise if he shaved his beard. He is, man. Why is his head so small?
Semblance. She responds, is this why bi women are in my DMs? Found another guy to lust after instead of your husband so soon? I don't see any problem with that considering Idubbbz loves watching. You call me an incel red pill loser and say post this to Twitter, pussy. Isn't your account private? I don't think it is. It's public now. I think she privated it at one point though. You understand that posting on Twitter supports the ultimate red pill incel loser Elon Musk. That's why I'm not on it. I don't really think that's how it works. If you use a platform, I don't think it's supporting the... Like, for example, you could post to YouTube not knowing who the CEO is or anything about the company, really. True. And you could search on Google without knowing what Google is, like, funding or donating to. I feel like this is a really stupid argument, but whatever.
Stupid argument.
Clearly, you need the validation so bad that you're willing to forego any actual convictions you might have. But if we've learned anything in the past month, it's what you guys are much more comfortable with Nazis than I previously thought. And then he posts a picture of Elon with the whole salute controversy. Then she responds, my account's...
Okay, we gotta understand. That was just Elon being quirky. That was his autism acting out. Okay, Elon is definitely not a fucking Nazi. Okay, let's just calm down. The problem is the internet is desperately looking for a Nazi. Like, it's just such a stretch.
Public, and you left Twitter
Trust me, don't get me wrong. I think Elon's a fucking idiot. He's a billionaire. What can I say? But I think he is about goofy as shit. But I don't think he's a fucking Nazi.
Because you got outed as an Islamophobic freak and everyone made fun of you. And then she's attached this tweet again, which we debunked last time. Ethan says, enjoy your drugs and being a freak worker. Hamas would you on the spot. Which is factually true. Like, if you have like a gay sort of OnlyFans, yeah, I don't think Hamas likes you, man.
Yeah,
like, you went on the same theme, I feel like. This is the guy you're defending, by the way. Every day should be October 7. Interesting. Interesting. What a nice and kind individual. I wonder what exactly happened on October 7.
It was the terrorist attacks, guys.
Definitely not a horrific terrorist attack. Anissa, as always, aligning with the nicest people in the universe. But am I really surprised these people are friends with Hassan? It's obvious they support terrorists. Also, why
is his head so small?
Insist on defending Hamas and not Palestine? It's like, it's the most insane thing I've seen in a while. Like, why can't you just admit, like, hey, I support the people, you know, the regular civilians, but not the terrorists? Is that really so hard? Like, holy shit. Then she replied,
well, it's just too specific, man. It'd be way too hard to say. Yeah, terrorism is bad. I know. What a hard thing to say.
I saying, I always had a feeling you hated Arabs after I heard you joke that AB was one of the good ones on your podcast years ago. Over time, it's just become more and more obvious what you are, and it's repulsive. Everyone knows what you are. Crying on your stories won't save you. This is very ironic.
I cannot believe that has 1.8 thousand likes. Let me raise that. Yes, I can believe that.
And you can just replace Arabs with Jews, and it would apply to Anissa and Idubbbz. Replies are pretty split here. Ethan doesn't catch enough flack for being a singularly fragile narcissist who has to hide behind Insta stories. Just say you hate Jewish people and move on. Okay. He says posting on Twitter is bad, like Meta isn't also pro-Israel and a deeply evil conglomerate. Oh, that's why they hate it. Okay. I feel like that logic is really stupid. It's kind of like that one Hassan fan that came up to him and said, don't drink Coca-Cola on stream. Oh my God. Like, bro, you guys aren't making an impact. Jesus Christ. Like, one person using or not using Twitter is not going to affect Elon's bottom line. Jesus Christ, get over yourself. Anissa might be one of the most pathetic people I've...
Listen, I don't give a fuck where my product came from. I don't care who cooked my food. If it's good, I'm gonna just use it straight up. I don't give a fuck if I'm at a restaurant at McDonald's and my fucking cook is a fucking Nazi, you know, and he killed like 18 children. As long as the burger's good, I'm gonna eat it, and I really just don't care. Like, that's pretty much it.
I've seen in my life. I can't imagine having everything given to you and still being such a loser. Got a multi-millionaire YouTube famous boyfriend, still not satisfied. Starts an OnlyFans for easy money, still not satisfied. Starts this event to get extra attention and shit like that, but completely fails it, does not raise money for charity, complains about not raising enough money even when you could probably donate, but of course you're not gonna use your own money. Starts this pathetic beef on Twitter, joins terrorist supporters in an attempt to get even with Ethan on some weird beef. It's just all so desperate, honestly. Ethan continues...
That fish react meme is so good.
Responding, lol, SDFU, who was subtweeting me during the Hassan debate, making light of anti-Semitic tropes like inbred. No, girl, you were the only creep here. Typical cry bully tactics employed by all your friends. Also, your you hate me because I'm hot post is cringe, creepy, and just plain bizarre. So let's be real, it's a great copy pasta. You always knew I hated Arabs, the flip, and you kept pretending to be my friend and using my show to promote your defunct boxing event. Super genuine person, you are. My wife is more Arab than you are, by the way, and my entire extended family too. You absolute fool. Okay, not gonna lie, Ethan kind of bodying her here. I think it came out that she was like 8% Arab or something like that, which I don't think allows you to claim the title personally. Then
Yeah, I'm 22% black, and I still don't say the gamer word. I still don't say it.
Ethan brings up this post. If you think that's bad, just wait until you see what your husband said. And I'm not going to show it because you can definitely get flagged for this, but Idubbbz is tearing up a holy book. Now, somebody posted this in Ethan's subreddit. Anissa is having a Barbara Streisand effect moment and signal boosting unconfirmed rumors of her cheating on Ian with denims of all people. In her recent story saying people are making dangerous assumptions about a situation that should have been private, she's talking about a blind item on CDAN about the exact story mentioned in the title here. Let's freaking go. I literally never heard of it until she said that. I thought she was talking about the convoy mentioned of Ian admitting to not knowing what Zionism was 3 days before his video. No shot Anissa is having an affair with denims. I absolutely don't believe this.
She what? Huh? What the? Huh? Where the fuck this come from?
Okay, so there's no proof of this so far, so I'm not going to believe it, but would I be surprised?
Oh, that's a take that Denim should take when there's no proof she shouldn't believe it. That would be crazy.
You know, in a hypothetical situation that Idubbbz is being pucked again. I mean, come on. I mean, this guy, he loves the puck chair, bro. Okay, can I give a quick PSA to my audience here? If you grow up, please become anything but an Idubbbz, all right? you do not want to become this hollow.
Yeah, you better change his name from Idubbbz to ILs, because bro has been losing for like several years at this point, man. What a fucking fall off. It's so sad. He used to be one of my favorite content creators too. What a fucking shame.
Oh, shell of a man. Bro's like Mr. Krabs when he lost his shell. Anyways, let's move on to some updates on Hassan versus Asmongold. Hassan predicts Asmongold will 100% come back and try to have a talk to him if the political environment has shifted.
100%. The moment that the role reversal takes place, Asmongold will gladly come in here, okay, and will try to have a conversation with me. The moment that the environment...
Yeah, that's crazy. Just like that one time when we were trying to do steak and eggs with just Will Neff and then Hassan forced himself on it. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't think Asmongold gives a fuck about collaborations whatsoever, bro. I don't think that's a thing at all. Really? I honestly can't remember. I have no idea how Hassan ended up being on our podcast for steak and eggs because it was supposed to just be Will Neff and us. I don't know how he got on it. Besides, the real headline is, how is his head so small?
Environment and the political environment and the attitude shifts in a way where a lot of these fucking dumbasses that are currently hopped up on the pro-Trump shit turn around and go, maybe this was stupid. Maybe I should entertain some alternative perspectives here. Oh, Hassan is right there. And then that 30K to 40K dynamic shifts in the other direction, and I have more viewers than him. He will come back gladly here to try and have a conversation and will expect me to be charitable.
No, he won't. And you can judge that by his track record because he's just like never done that to anybody, like ever. He's never once forced a collab with someone who he actively disagrees with or hates or thinks is a bad person just to get more viewers. And this take is such an ass pull, it's insane.
Classic Hassan projecting again. I don't think people are on Asmongold's side because he's the popular person here. It's more like you're just kind of insane. When the average non-political person stumbles across a Hassan stream and hears some of the vile shit you say, it's just kind of off-putting. It makes you think this person is crazy, and I don't really want to support that. And calling everybody who disagrees with you a Trump supporter is such a pathetic strategy. There's plenty of people who don't like...
Also, what's wrong with supporting Trump? I mean, bro won the popular vote of the United States. What, am I supposed to be ashamed of that president, even though he won the fucking popular vote? Like, what the fuck are we on about? The point is, a lot of people voted for the fucking guy. In my opinion, all the candidates were shit. I can't remember. I mean, I even thought Obama was shit. I think the last cool president was Abraham Lincoln because he was a vampire killer. And that's pretty much it. But politics are gay as fuck, and it's always a losing battle no matter who you support. It's a shame.
Like Trump and also don't like you. He obviously just says this because he wants to discredit what people are saying about him, and he wants to give them a label that will discount what they're saying, right? So if you did...
Oh yeah, me and my dad were both professional rappers. I'm a spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual.
Disagree with Hassan, you're a PDF file, rapist, racist, Trump-supporting grifter. It's not that you're just...
If you disagree with Hassan, you're a pedophile rapist. There it is.
Agreeing with the common sense take, of course.
So yes, it is a day that ends in Y, which means that Hassan was talking about me on his stream.
Yep, hey man, I'm starting to get that treatment too. It's great. I know, it's so good. It's so good.
The moment that the environment and the political...
I genuinely think Hassan masturbates to Asmongold. I can't prove it, but I just really feel like he fantasizes sexually about being on call with Asmongold. I think he legit like edges himself every day, and he's waiting to blow his load until they finally talk. I do. I think Hassan anally prolapses himself and sucks his own anal prolapsed anus with how horny he gets thinking about a raid from Asmongold. I do. You know? Like, dude, Hassan sitting there on the toilet with the bidet shooting water up his ass with 2 prongs on his nipples, electrocuting himself while he gets denims to pour hot candle wax over his chest while he's masturbating, just thinking about getting that fucking debate from Asmongold. Bro talks about this shit every day. I can't prove it. I just really feel like he does that shit. Like, bro is a little bit too obsessed at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, he would come if this ever happens immediately.
Political environment and the attitude shifts in a way where a lot of these fucking dumbasses that are currently hopped up on the...
I'll even go farther than that, Hassan. The moment that you support a cause that I agree with, I will work with you on that cause. Because I don't care about, like, this personal beef and personal vendetta. I care about achieving my goals. That's it. So the moment that Hassan wants to advocate for something that I...
isn't fucking retarded?
I also agree with, I will be on his side.
I mean, if Hassan came out and said it,
dude, 100%. It's really that easy. No one is against Hassan for views. We're just against him because he's being fucking retarded. And that's it. And even more so, even worse than retarded, he's being straight up dangerous. It's really that easy.
Terrorists are bad, or something really simple like that, nobody would be disagreeing with him.
Straight up.
Believe it or not, I actually agree with Hassan on some things. For example, he seems to like One Piece, right? I do love One Piece, and you know, I don't think Luffy is comparable to Houthi terrorists, but I do think it is a good anime. He also loves Vinland Saga. I think Vinland Saga is an absolute banger.
Oh my god, my favorite anime, Pegasus. We're gonna be bros, I can already tell.
Highly recommend. Although he does seem to think that all anime is political and relates to real life somehow. Meanwhile, I just kind of enjoy it for the fiction and entertainment it actually is. But you know, on some level, we could probably get along on some things. But you know, I'm not going to disagree just for the sake of disagreement. It's just most of the things he says is very hard to agree with. Like if you're out there laughing at dead babies and coffins, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, Hassan, that's kind of based. Like you just can't do that. Now, as
based?
Points out that he has a lot of progressive takes and he's not like this alt-right Nazi, right?
If there was an overwhelming sea of support for progressive values, Asmongold will slowly but swiftly change.
An overwhelming support for progressive values, like being able to have abortions whenever you want, you know, basically free childcare, higher taxes for the wealthy, universal basic income, let's see, affirmative action for low-income housing, and expansion of entitlement programs like food stamps, a further introduction of better policing and better policing standards to make sure that underprivileged communities can grow and maintain economic, you know, stability. Yeah, geez, man, it would be crazy if I thought that, right? Wow, uh-oh.
Nope, sounds like a Hassan hater to me. It's always black and white. You can't have nuance. If you hate Hassan, you must disagree with everything he ever says, and vice versa. There's only one reason Hassan hates Asmongold. The sole reason is that Asmon gets more views than him.
Absolutely. Not only does Asmon get more viewers than Hassan talking about politics, Hassan's main job, Asmongold gets more viewers playing 30-year-old video games than Hassan gets on a big election day. That's what's insane. And it drives him nuts because Hassan is a Nepo baby that's had everything in his life handed to him. And his parents told him he was a winner. His friends told him he's a winner. But if he's not number one, he can't fucking handle it. And Asmongold, this guy who lives in a house full of garbage, covered in roaches, is doing what he wishes he could easily and effortlessly, and it makes Hassan fucking miserable. Because Hassan wants to be Asmon so bad, it's insane. He's literally sitting in the cuck chair, masturbating to the idea of being the cockroach that lays on Asmongold's nest of a head.
That's all that it is. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, Hassan is a degenerate streamer whose entire life revolves around views. The thing is,
Hassan wakes up every morning, spends 18 minutes on his hair, you know, spends 5 minutes on his mustache. There's a fucking wasp in my room right now, and I'm really stressed out. Back to the video.
Views. The thing is, if my views ever go down, sure, it sucks, and it's happened like a million times, but I'm used to the ups and downs. I'll be fine. I'm not really...
Bro, I went from averaging 200,000 views a video to going down to like 4K. Here's the thing, man. If you're a good content creator, you'll always bounce back. I don't worry about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, I should just make better videos, and then I just make better videos, and it's really that easy.
really too bothered by it. Of course, you're going to be affected a little bit, like, okay, it is your career and stuff. But Hassan, it's like his world is ending, right? It's like there's fire ants up his butthole, right? His entire self-worth is tied to it. And it just...
Dude, there are some streamers where when views are down, they're on suicide watch. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've seen streamers that used to have 30,000 viewers get 20,000 viewers, and they're like, oh, dude, fuck, oh, my life's fucking over. It's like, brother, come on. Like, come on, really?
results in these unhinged crash outs. And the fact that Asmongold is also covering political content, that just makes Hassan go crazy. He's like, how is this guy who has cockroaches crawling on him literally beating me, you know? Then Hassan calls Asmon a Nazi.
The video that Hassan is malding out about and he's getting angry about is a video that its name was changed in order to make fun of the people that were mad that we categorized Nick Fuentes as that thing. By the way, this is the individual who said that I have never defamed or said anything like this about Asmon. Now I'm being referred to as Nazi Gold, okay? That's right.
Remember, Nazi Gold is not a Nazi. Elon unbanned a white supremacist, in air quotes. Mildly right-leaning political commentator Nick Fuentes gets unbanned on Twitter. This is the guy that Ethan says is Trump-coded, but not fully on Trump.
They'll always do this edgy-ass thing of saying, oh, I'm not defaming you because they did it, or I'm not defaming you because it's the truth. It's like, bro, shut up. Like, Nazis from the 1800s who worked to get that title are probably so angry that now we're just using it on fucking harmless people like Asmon. In the 1800s? Well, yeah, when was, I mean the 1900s.
Trump's side, by the way. Yeah. You call everyone a Nazi.
The entire thing was a joke on his audience, malding out over at the fact that we said that he was a right-wing, white. I don't know if we used Nazi or white supremacist. I don't remember. Yep. I don't remember which one. And that's why, by the way, we changed the title again. We just changed it again to just the most controversial unban because all of the comments were people getting mad about this.
Yep. Okay, so I don't really know what that video was or what Asmongold and his editor were doing with the title there. Were they like poking fun of them or something like that? But I feel like calling Asmongold a Nazi is crazy. I feel like the word...
It's because Hassan's audience is so weaponized and so stupid, and they can all coordinate on one target so easy. They're very easy to weaponize. It just ruins any video that even mildly references them. It's pathetic.
Nazi has been watered down quite a bit. I thought it meant that if you were part of the far-right National Socialist German Workers' Party, but I guess people use it as a synonym. They're racist now, right? And it's just ironic coming from Hamas Piker here. Someone who really has to convince you that he doesn't hate Jews, right? While supporting people that hate Jews. Someone who, if you hear talk, you would be confused if he was a Twitch streamer or a terrorist.
The only thing that I'm confused about is how is Hassan's head so small?
So much so that you could literally play a game about it. Now, a chatter compares Asmongold to Hassan.
Dude, Dan Saltman's game, Twitcher Terrorist, that shit blew my mind. Dude, the fact that I couldn't tell whether Denim said it or Osama bin Laden said it, oh man, that was a shock. That was insane. I think that was the first domino that set all this off, was me playing Twitcher Terrorist. I genuinely believe that. The fact that I couldn't tell the difference between a terrorist or Hassan was insane. I think I actually pushed the first domino.
And he just loses his mind.
You and Asmon are the Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless of Undisputed. There's political Twitch streamers, the two sides of the same coin. Don't ever.
Yeah, me playing Twitcher Terrorist and then me having Dan Saltman on my stream, I genuinely think I was the first domino.
Say some dumb shit like that. That basically only shows that this for you is nothing but drama. This is precisely. Oh God, I'm done. I'm done entertaining this stupidity.
This is the best part. This is nothing but drama to me. Like, as a viewer who just happens to make videos here, I don't give a single fuck about most of this, actually.
Same.
I look at a situation and make the common sense take and sort of leave. And I just sort of make fun of the idiots in the situation. And, you know, I get a bunch of views and money for roasting him. So, yeah, it's just a good pastime for me. The fact that it's such a serious situation for him is hilarious. That's why it's so much nicer to be the so-called slop tuber here, right? Like, I don't have any stakes in the situation. I can just move on to the next topic any day of the week. But this is his entire life, right?
I'll be real, man. I enjoy slop tuber content. I really slop tuber content. I just like hearing people's insight on topics that I enjoy. And I really don't think it's that bad of a thing to do. And I also don't think it's that easy to do because I'll be real, guys. I don't think all slop tubers are created equal.
And, you know, don't get me wrong. If you give me free content, I will take it. I was actually voted king of the slop, the legendary yapper, the professional.
And I'm one step above this because I'm not only a slop tuber, I react to other slop tubers, right? So I'm even worse. And I love it.
Milker. Historians will write about the greatest milkman to ever exist. You know, Jesus turned water into wine, but I turned nothing into milk. Then they talk about the whole detainment situation and releasing the security footage.
The funniest thing is, they're going to fucking... I don't even know if the DHS would release this footage because if they do release the footage, it directly shows that I was 100% correct. Obviously, recall is not going to be 100%, but they would never...
I like that nice little backpedal right there. He went from saying it was 2 hours, 4 times, and then now all of a sudden, in the most recent interview, he said, I'm not sure how long it was. Yes, Hassan, it does make a big difference whether you were detained for 2 hours versus 15 minutes. There's a huge fucking difference.
Never release the full footage, because then it would prove that they're asking fucking people, American.
He's poisoning the well, so if the footage gets released and it makes him look bad, then he can say that it was not the entire thing.
Yep.
Citizens,
Absolutely.
whether they like Donald Trump or not.
Yes, Hassan. Obviously, the recall isn't going to be 100%. So, you know, when the footage comes out and it proves that Hassan was lying, I just remembered it wrong, guys. I was just intimidated. I'm
Yep.
sorry for remembering wrong and cooking up a victim story. Oopsie doopsie.
Nazi mold perma banned me for asking why students protesting was bad if they exercise their free speech right. Yeah, go ask him about his inconsistencies when it comes to free speech.
Right. The bar is just don't support terrorist organizations. And by the way, if Hassan wants to come back and say, oh, well, just...
Hey, Tectone's in the video. Big W.
Do you support Israel? No!
That's obviously not enough for Hassan. Ethan has come out and said that. He has denounced what Israel was doing. And you know what happened to him? You know what Hassan and his friends did to him with the Idubbbz content cop and everything. So it's not enough. It's never enough. Unless you're licking his balls tonight or you're his favorite terrorist group, you're never going to get in good favor with Hassan. Now click this video or you got to do the Fortnite L dance with Anissa Jomha in Idubbbz for 20...
Oh, God, a fate worse than death, truly. Man, what a pathetic, pathetic, pathetic man. And is anybody surprised? No, not particularly. Good God.